Some claim that the age of a true gentleman is far behind us, but here at Tweet4 Media, we still disagree. He may appear in different guises today, but the values and ideals that make him a gentleman still stand. Gentlemen, aspiring gentlemen, and of course our partners that hold us down. I am Ron Grant. Welcome to Season 4, a brand new season of The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, a show poised to help guide modern-day men into the best and brightest 24th century distinguished gentlemen. And we don't have to look too far because they are right here in the beautiful British Virgin Islands. Don't worry, it doesn't always involve suits and bow ties, but instead real life lessons, raw conversations that translate to grounded, community-minded, well-rounded men. Thank you all for taking this journey with me. Orlanzo Boynes has been described as a gentle giant. The ones that know and love him says he is the ultimate family man, the most reliable friend you could possibly ask for. Always there when you need him, always showing up and doing his best. He is a lover of children, father of two, highly disciplined, and simply, folks, a good, decent human being. He is now leading the charge to share Taekwondo with the Virgin Islands, an art that has changed his own personal life. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me on set and leading this incredible season, I could not be more honored to start my season off with the remarkable man himself, Mr. Orlanzo Boynes, the epitome of a true distinguished gentleman and a genuine soul. We talk Taekwondo, fatherhood, and the art of living his very best life. It's a conversation you don't want to miss. It's a season you don't want to miss. We are back and we're ready to go. Let's do it.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Why? This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, I can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What do you really? Hey, this ain't like you, know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I huff. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Viewers, welcome back. As promised, we are kicking off this amazing season with the man himself, the one and only Orlanzo Boynes. Orlanzo, first of all, thank you for accepting the gracious invitation.
It is truly an honor, Ron.
And
thank you for having
me. Studios. You're most welcome. Cheers.
Cheers.
The epitome of style, class, and elegance. Whenever we see you, even when you're being casual, you're fly. An understanding of self, awareness, a high level of awareness. As I mentioned in the introduction, persons that know you, based on the calls that I made, he's a true family man. He's always there when you need him, and I've seen you in action many times. Really solidifying that at the end of the day, it's not what you say, but it's how you say it. Always very gentle, always very polite. When you look back at the journey of yourself and how far you've come from fatherhood to now really instilling and changing the lives of both the young and adults through Taekwondo and the Rise and Shine, which we're going to get into. What are you most proud of when you look back on your journey?
Most proud, I would say, the kids. Just about every kid that passes through the journey of Taekwondo, even if it's just moving from white to yellow belt, the sense of accomplishment that they achieve during that journey, the awareness of self starts almost right away because, you know, the knowing how to move your own body, you know, helps with their coordination. Those are like the basic foundation for just about anyone that wants to move out into whatever they do, whether it be Taekwondo or just normal life. So my most proud moment with Taekwondo, and it continues on, is watching how the kids develop. And then the adults as well. You know, as adults, we think, you know, we have everything right. You know, we know how to handle ourselves.
Too old to learn.
Too old to learn. To see an adult start as a beginner, as equal to a, let's say, 8-year-old. The learning and the knowledge set is exactly the same. What's different is the person doing it. Everyone's responsible for themselves. Everyone's responsible for their own self-awareness and then self-development. So the development of the people is really what I'm most proud of, as well as seeing how it helped my family, seeing how it helped myself, is something that I will continue to do for life.
How did you even get, or how were you introduced to the art of Taekwondo?
When I was a young man in St. Thomas, I was introduced to Taekwondo there. But transportation was a problem going and coming. I lived on one end of the island. The Taekwondo dojang was on the other end of the island, and eventually it kind of drifted away. When I became an adult, doing my thing, I became a dad.
Yes.
Jeremy Boynes. And Jeremy was a very active young man, and we needed to put him into something that, you know, could channel
that energy.
That energy. And we saw a Taekwondo dojang that had just opened up. Brand new dojang. Running distance. Running distance from our house. And it was a given. I knew the feeling I had when I had it just for that brief moment. And I wanted to put my son into something like that. I wanted to give him that feeling and channel that energy into something, you know, that he could take for the rest of his life.
Interesting. Now, you are, based on my approach and my vantage point, introducing to some and reintroducing to others the art of Taekwondo.
Yes.
And with that comes a lifestyle change,
yes,
which many are not willing or perhaps ready to get to. But I want to talk about really the difference in, because there are a lot of variations to Taekwondo, and at your facility there are also different sessions. Break it down for me.
Okay, so let's start with Taekwondo in itself. Taekwondo is the art of foot and fist fighting. Tai is foot, Quan, fist, and Do is the way.
Okay.
I guess to simplify it would be learning how to handle self, because hands and foot encompasses the whole body, and you learn how to handle yourself. At Boynes Taekwondo Academy, we have sessions starting from right after school, and those are the real juniors, you know, and the focus is discipline, you know, and continuity, and, you know, just continuously re-emphasizing the discipline and the martial arts and the process going through it, almost verbatim, so they can start developing that discipline. We have then a session later in the afternoon for more of the younger persons, you know, the younger adults, at 5:45, and then there's more interaction with them, you know, on a personal level, on a adult teacher level.
Gotcha.
You know, because they're going to exchange thoughts, and you overhear the conversations that they're having during school or during their personal time at home, and you're able to help them focus, you know, on whatever challenges that they're experiencing. And then with the adults are fun, because if you think a child becoming aware, there's nothing like an adult realizing they now have balance and coordination. You know, Taekwondo, just by the mere nature of it, is a very active martial art. You start to become fit. You start to become healthy. You know, you start to be more aware of yourself. And then early in the morning, Ron, we have Rise and Shine.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Rise and Shine that's where the madness, that's where the madness begins and ends. And truthfully,
not the Rise and Shine we're accustomed to.
Truthfully, Ron, Rise and Shine just takes all the workout, cardio, everything that we've used and I've been taught for Taekwondo and put it, what we've done with the students in the 15-minute session of warm-up before class, I introduce it to people that want to become healthy and fit.
Okay.
So, you know, you're going to learn how to kick. You're going to learn how to punch. You're going to learn some self-defense, because indirectly being able to use your hands, you're going to learn how to move yourself. And then you're going to learn balance and coordination while becoming fit, healthy. You're going to become more aware of yourself. And you're going to know when you have eaten something that you shouldn't, when you've drank more than you should have. And if you want to be
disciplined,
there is that boundary. Some of us cross it. You know, work in progress.
Yeah, we all do.
You know, we're work in progress. You know, so those are the three things that we have. Taekwondo is the platform for everything.
Okay.
Whether it be the youth, whether it be the adults, whether it be rise and shine. It is all fundamental from my martial arts.
Beautiful. One of the things that I love about your academy and your training center is that, because we spoke about fatherhood before, you don't do this alone. You have your son alongside with you. Tell me about that partnership, that camaraderie, where you not only get to help to change lives, but your son is right there with you, doing the same thing.
I would have to go back to one of your other questions, and I would have to put that to maybe the top of the list when you asked me what I was proud of.
Yes, yes.
Because you just asked me about Jeremy in the capacity of Taekwondo. So he started when he was 5. He was a black belt by 12. He's been to the US Open and national champions, Florida champ. I can list them. And Jeremy chose to come help me teach at our dojang.
Wow.
Not really much more I should be able to say.
That's it.
Right?
But I like your choice in words. Jeremy chose
to come help Dad teach Taekwondo.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Check that out.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and then he's a great teacher. He's a 2nd degree black belt. He's a great teacher with the kids. When Jeremy comes on the dojang, they know they're going to do a lot of work. They're going to do probably 100 more kicks than if they were doing it with me. But some reason they're smiling, enjoying themselves doing it. Right. You know? And then, you know, I would be remiss not to mention my other instructor, Sandra Fitchner. Sandra is where you get, you know, when your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. She learned Taekwondo, same Taekwondo governing body, World Taekwondo Federation and Kukiwan as I'd learned and Jeremy learned. But she learned it in Europe, from Germany. So the kids have 2 different vantage points of this one martial arts. And when we combined it together, they have opportunity where a lot of other dojangs don't. You know, we learned it as full English based. You know, we had to know our Korean terminologies, but it was full English based. Nice. And since Sandra, we now have an equal combination of Korean and English as we instruct Taekwondo.
Congratulations on that.
Sir, thank you.
Very proud of the work that you're doing.
Yes, sir.
When I made a couple calls, one of the things that one of the callers said to me, she said, he lives his life by the rules of Taekwondo. What are those rules?
So the rules of Taekwondo, we call them tenets.
Okay.
The tenets of Taekwondo, they are courtesy, integrity, self-control, perseverance, and indomitable spirit. Courtesy, treat each other like you want to be treated. You know, constant work in progress for us. You know, we're not perfect. You know, the journey is to aspire for it, but never reach it.
Yeah.
You understand? Integrity. You know how you treat yourself, how you treat others. Self-control. It's not just your words. You know, it's your actions. You know, work in progress. Perseverance. It's my favorite because I won't quit. I won't give up.
Nice.
You know, I'm going to keep trying, and I instill it in my students. I instill it in my kids. When they fall, you know, I tell them, get up. You know, jump up. You know, and then, of course, an indomitable spirit where, you know, our spirits will not be dominated. You know, we will be in control of ourselves. You know, those are the tenets of Taekwondo. Those are the tenets that I aspire to live by. Every day is work in progress. Every day I could have done better with one thing.
Yeah. When you look at some of the social ills that we experience throughout our community, it's been a very difficult few months. A lot has transpired, and then we look holistically at even venturing back to 2017. Trauma, a lot of difficulties and hardships, and everybody doesn't like to deal with or accept or pinpoint trauma and triggers, but it's important.
Yeah.
Awareness is important. When you look at how Taekwondo has not only changed your life, I have to ask you, the art of living your best self at this moment, because we're not going to forget that Orlanzo, Mr. Boynes, was one of our very well-known bankers. And I'm not putting words in your mouth.
No,
And you can correct me if I'm wrong.
absolutely.
But when you had enough and you transitioned, and you're here now.
Right.
I want to talk about the art and your journey to being your best self, because this is, to date, by far, the best we've seen.
I enjoyed my time at the bank.
Okay.
The aim was 110% every single day. And my mindset was service to customer. It just came a point where my full-time passion was being put to the side for my full-time job. And I chose my passion. I've had happy moments in my time. Sad moments too, of course. But I've had happy moments in my time. We spoke about one of them. I have a daughter, Alexis. She is the other, as well as other experiences. But when I decided to leave the bank, it wasn't something that they did. I was good. I woke up and said, time for Taekwondo. Time for the kids. Time for the kids. You mentioned since 2017. And then what we just went through with the COVID virus. And we do not have time, but I will say we neglected our kids. They're kids that can't do jumping jacks. And it shouldn't be that way. I want to give all my attention to the well-being of the youth and adults in the best of my capacity. I am extremely happy doing that. Yeah. I love to see people accomplish a goal, whether it be from 1 push-up to 2. I love to see a person who would swear they would never be able to kick to a certain height now surpass that and moving up in rank in Taekwondo. To say this is me living my best life, there is so much more ahead of me.
And I'm glad you said that.
You know?
Because we often get complacent.
Right.
We often get just really, really comfortable from an onset, from an outside perspective.
Right.
I would say living your best life.
Right.
What's next for Orlanzo?
Well, let's say what's next for Taekwondo first.
Okay.
Okay. Taekwondo, the Taekwondo that I've learned, I've taught, and continue to teach is Olympic style Taekwondo. And just like any other sport on island that has the possibilities of going to the Olympics.
Absolutely.
Taekwondo is such a sport. It is one of the only 2 sports in martial arts that goes to the Olympics. I would love to sit back and know that we have just as competent students in Taekwondo as there is in track and field,
Yes, sir.
as there is in baseball, basketball, and the other likes that we're proud to support. I would like to see that in Taekwondo. And it being such a gender-neutral sport, and it has nothing to do with size,
Yeah.
that what I see next is having Taekwondo become something on the grander scheme, not just my dojang, not just my personal school, but as a grander scheme, because I know what it can do for the younger kids as a whole. I know what it can do for the community. Just like every other thing we support, I know we would support that as well. So as a whole, my future for Taekwondo just revolves around the BVI, because I want to see it grow.
And developing that.
In the BVI, you know, that's very important for me. As far as Orlanzo Boynes, I'm going to continue to seek happiness. And when something new starts to trigger my drive, I'll go after it.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, viewers, I am so honored to have been able to begin my series with the man himself, the one and only Orlanzo Boynes. And what I want you guys to turn your attention to is now where he instills some of that knowledge and some of that know-how, because we've heard it, but you know me, I gotta experience it. So I'm gonna take you now to our studios where we had some very serious lessons in not only the Rise and Shine, but the Taekwondo.
Yes.
You've been watching The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, Season 4. I am so honored, and I'm so thankful for each and every one of you who are taking this journey with me, Orlanzo Boynes. Let's take it to the studio.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Boynes Taekwondo Academy. Ron, welcome to the dojo.
Thank you for having me. So you're located in Kingston?
Located in Kingston, right next to Cedar International School.
Perfect, so easy to find.
Very close, easy to locate us. Come by and visit.
I'm excited to get started, but before we get into the workout, I see a lot of signs. Tell me about them.
Real quick, hey,
All right.
let me kind of give you a little description. These are our tenets. This is basically how we live: courtesy, integrity, self-control, perseverance, and indomitable spirit. These are the different terminologies and words that we use in Korean, so the kids can start to get a general understanding of the actual terms, from blocks to stances to punches to strikes, kicks, and then all the way over to the end is our pumses.
Okay.
Pumses are the fundamental forms and patterns needed in order to move up in rank and have a good understanding of the different movements that you are learning. So the pumses go through the patterns, and that's how you elevate in rank, move up in rank, get different color belts.
Wonderful. Well, I'm excited to bust a sweat, so let's go.
Come on, let's get to the mat.
Great.
Let's get to it. Let's
All right.
start with 20 jumping jacks.
All right, let's
ready?
go. All right.
Begin. Straight into 5 high jumps. Ready?
All right, let's go.
Jump. So what do we have next? Squat, front, snap kick. Down, you're gonna up, and you're gonna kick the target. I'm gonna go down with you, but when I come up, I'm gonna give you a target to kick.
Okay, all right.
Let's go, we got it. So we're looking at standing crunches. You're pulling, it's like an alternate to doing a sit up on the ground and rotating elbow to knee.
Okay.
We want to use the entire body.
All right.
We want to pull while we're squeezing every single part of our body when we're moving. You got 20, we don't want to waste time.
Let's go.
Hands up, let's work. We're going straight to side kicks.
Okay.
So side kick is just how it sounds. You're kicking sideways. Okay, so straight out and kick. You don't want to snap it. You just want to push it straight out. And the aim, keep your foot sideways.
Okay.
Woo! lunges.
Okay.
All right?
Break that down for me.
So lunges is basically an extension of your legs. You're reaching out as far as you can, keeping your balance, of course, having your stance a little wide. You don't want your knee to touch the ground, but you want to go down in your stance and then come back up.
Okay.
So you're not leaning forward. No, you don't want to do that. Just want to step out, go down, and back up. And coming back up is a push with the thigh. Okay. Push yourself back up so you can keep balance.
All right.
We're about to go on the ground.
Okay.
You ready?
Let's go.
Have a seat. Five, 4, 3, 2, bara. Bara means at ease in Korean. That's a wrap.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for being here.
That's a workout, man.
It was a pleasure.
Whew. Good stuff at Boynes Taekwondo.
Introducing a show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. It doesn't always involve suits and bow ties, but raw, real-life lessons. I'm taking you outside in the field to share the journey of some of the BBI's the best and brightest men. From East End to West End, Virgin Gorda to Jos Van Dyke, not forgetting Anigara. Our Virgin Islands gentlemen are doing the damn thing. We are the movers and shakers of this generation. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman. Season 4 by yours truly, Ron Grant. Raising a generation of greatness. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. on 284 Media.
The wait is over! CCT Fire is here! Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber network. CCT Fire, bring it home and upgrade today.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes,
Good
son.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy, over there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join a prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Why? This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, I can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you,
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I huff. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
The wait is over! CCT Fire is here! Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber